Okay, chat. So today we're talking about a streamer who lied about something very serious, which rhymes with grape. So this female streamer named Katie Bugs, lied about a popular Minecraft YouTuber touching her inappropriately at a party. She had a whole bunch of streams about it, and as of the time of me recording this video, she deleted all those streams because she was proved wrong, and all this was just a massive clout chase. There was a lot from the video, but I'm just going to show some key moments in the video that I found pretty interesting.
I was drunk in a hotel room with other people around me when it happened. He was someone I had once watched, and he was 8 years older than me and far more powerful.
Does he really think people are buying this shit?
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know.
Later that night, when I left, I received Instagram DMs from him, and in my Instagram bio, in bold, was my age, 18, confirming he knew how old I was.
You can't just automatically assume that just because somebody reads your Instagram bio, that means that they know how old you are. One, you were at a party that was strictly for 21-year-olds. So obviously you'd have to be 21. He'd obviously think you're 21 years or older, and you just hadn't, updated your bio. So you can't just you can't just base that he knew your age off of something like that.
To playing games on my phone when it happened. Out of nowhere, I felt him slip his hand under my clothes, sitting next to me on the couch in front of everyone. He disguised it with a simple, "Are you ticklish?" I coughed out a no, still staring at my phone. I was overly aware of the fact that...
So you're telling me you was blackout drunk and you remember everything he did, everything he said to the last minute detail? Something tells me that either you weren't really drunk or this never happened, buddy. Because no way you're blackout drunk and you remember every single minute detail that happened that night.
We were in front of other people. The fact that everyone else was sitting around us, watching us, including my best friend, and that his hand was inching further to places I hadn't asked for it to be. He made a game out of my embarrassment where he would touch me in certain areas to make me lose the phone game I was playing.
Yeah, I'm done with the whole yapping session because the only reason why I'm calling it a yapping session is because everything that she says is untrue. Like when I say everything, I mean like the whole essay thing. Like everything about the essay thing was untrue. All right. And I really hate people that have to fake essay for their own gain. That just makes you a really selfless and shitty person. I'm not even gonna lie.
The eighth person that she brought with. So I'm just saying it because that's how it happened. And I want to make sure the story is straight. Another thing that she talks about is how we insisted that she drinks more and that we insisted on playing drinking games when this isn't the case. Again, they had already been drinking at this party before they arrived to the hotel room, and they had also been the ones that were asking to play the drinking games. So instead of us insisting that we play it, they were actually the ones that were asking us. And you can see that in the screenshots here. They had actually texted multiple times, specifically wanting to play this drinking game that we had played the night before. And at this point, I was pretty drunk, and so was basically everyone in this room. It was the last night of VidCon. VidCon's a pretty stressful time, and honestly, a lot of people are happy when it's over. Not that they didn't like it, but it's just a stressful event. There's a lot that you have to do, and when it's over, you're just happy and you want to celebrate. So at this point, we then moved to the couch. There was a couch in the room, and I sit next to Katie. She also says, looking back on the scenario, that she confused her nerves for excitement when I sit next to her. But again, at this moment in time, everything was friendly. Nothing sexual had happened. I'm just literally sitting next to her on the couch. And during this, she was laughing, smiling. She gave no indication that she was uncomfortable with me sitting this close to her. She also mentions that she was thinking about my age and that I was a lot older than her. Again, she was 18 and I was 26 at the time. And again, to clarify, I actually didn't know how old she was, despite her claiming that I did, just because it was in her bio. And it was clear to anyone there that she was not uncomfortable with me sitting next to her.
So you literally manipulated the fact that you literally lied about yourself being uncomfortable there just to make the Minecraft YouTuber look like a weirdo, and looked like he was preying on 18-year-olds when this wasn't the case at all because you were encouraging it. So you weren't even uncomfortable. You were just acting like you were so you could just have some clout. You're a scummy person, and I hope I'm not gonna lie, I hope she gets banned from Twitch, bro. She does not deserve an audience after the terrible actions she committed.
Then eventually 2 of the people that came to the hotel room left. So then it was just down to me, Dream, my online friend, Katie, Katie's best friend, and a 6th mutual friend. Next she says, this is a quote, resorted to playing games on her phone to avoid the awkward situation. Now, I just don't see how this is the case. She's implying that she is using her phone to essentially escape, such an awkward scenario that she's in, but that's just not how it happened, and this is why. She brought up the phone game as kind of a point. The game was honestly the central point of the interaction at this part of the night. It was a very social thing, she was passing the phone around, we were all playing the game and bantering about it, just having fun with the game. So I don't see how she resorted to it and was using it in that context. She wasn't being awkward at all. There was no sense of uncomfortability from her. She was laughing and playing with everyone. And yeah, I'm not really sure why she phrased it like this. We actually continued to send each other high score updates even weeks after the event.
Katie literally just spit in the face of so many SA victims. Something has to be mentally wrong with her to even think that this was okay in the slightest. You're telling me that you willingly lied about a Minecraft YouTuber so you could... I don't even know why she would lie for. I don't even know if he did anything to her, if he did anything she wanted to get back at him for, but I don't know why she would decide to try and lie about him for what? For clout? Because she's not getting anything else out of this other than clout. So I don't know the point of her doing a whole video just to lie about a Minecraft YouTuber. It's messed up in so many ways how she's taking advantage of she's taking advantage of her place as a woman, knowing that if she accuses anybody of sexual assault, they will instantly believe her without even, fact checking the evidence. And that's a really scummy move in my opinion. It's a really scummy move, and the fact that you decide to do this makes you an absolute scum of the earth person. Something is actually wrong with you. There's no way you replayed that thought in your head and thought, hey, this is a great idea for me to get some clout.
To add further context to this moment, we were all actually sitting on the couch that was in the hotel room playing this game on her phone. And during this, me and Katie were at the far end of the couch and we were cuddling together. We had been cuddling for, I'd say, around an hour at this point, playing the game, talking, and just having fun. And for clarity, I had my hand around her waist above her clothes. So with her statement where she's saying that she's resorting to playing games on her phone, I just don't really understand it. And I think that the picture that she's painting is, and we were talking about sex, and that she admitted to everyone in the room that she was 18 and a virgin at the time. I just don't remember this happening. I'm not saying this to just pretend like it didn't happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I did not hear it happen. We're not just all sitting down and not moving. It's a chaotic environment. I could have been getting a drink. I could have been talking to someone else. I just did not know that was said. Another quote from her stream I want to address. She says, there was more alcohol in the room and we were encouraged to drink some more as they offered the bottles to us. They said they would join us in drinking and insisted on drinking games. They had already been drinking before they arrived. They were drunk, and the way this is phrased, it makes us out to look like we're kind of preying on them and forcing them to drink when they didn't want to, when that's not the case. And as I mentioned earlier, they were even the ones asking to play the drinking games via the texts before they had even arrived.
Yeah, so every allegation that Katie said has been incredibly shot. There's no way anybody's gonna believe her after this. I'm surprised if she finds a way to make a comeback from this whole shit show, if I'm gonna be honest. There's no way that she can actually come back from this, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, chat.
So then, this is when her most important claim happens. I'm just gonna read the quote. She says, out of nowhere, I felt him slip his hand under my clothes, sitting next to me on the couch, in front of everyone. He disguised it with a simple, are you ticklish? I coughed out a no, and still staring at my phone, I was overly aware of the fact that we were in front of other people. The fact that everyone else was sitting around us, watching us, including my best friend, and that his hand was inching further to places I hadn't asked it to be. Again, as I mentioned before, we had previously been cuddling on this couch for around an hour, but I did place my hand on her waist under her shirt. The way it's phrased makes it sound like it just happened out of nowhere, when in reality we'd been cuddling for over an hour at this point, and it was not out of nowhere. It was also around half an hour until I started moving my hand further up, and the way it's phrased just makes it seem like it happened pretty instantly and pretty quickly. There was nothing quick about it, it was very slow, and I was very cautious about it and making sure that she was comfortable throughout the process. Me and Katie were very touchy, very cuddly, and very slowly got more intimate.
Oh, okay. So she lied about that too. So she lied about the whole instance for what? For what? That's the main question I have. She lied about this whole instance. Just for clout? Like, what was the point of her lying about this? Because there's no way that she believed that she would, be able to get away with this without any rebuttal whatsoever. And this rebuttal, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like it shot all of her arguments down. There's no other way she can get back from this. Like, her everything she said has been debunked by what's his name, George Not Found, I think. Yeah, everything that she said was debunked. So there's no way that she can get back from this now, because she was, like, it was already proved that she was lying about everything, and deleting all the VODs did not help her prove her point, because if you delete all the VODs, it just makes you look more guilty, and as we've seen later, she is proven to be guilty as charged. She lied about everything, which honestly is a really scummy act. Like, why would you lie about such a thing that's so serious? Now, women who actually will get assaulted will not be as believed because of people like you who believe it's okay to lie about something as serious as sexual assault, even though it is never okay to lie about something like that. That's a very wrong thing to do. Something is actually wrong with you mentally if you think it's okay to lie about sexual assault for your own gain. Something's wrong with you. And I don't know who she thought she was fooling with that fake cry, bro. I know a fake cry when I see it, and that is not a real cry. I'm just telling you that right now. I know real cries when I see it, and that, no. She had to make it look dramatic, and so she had to pull out the fake tears, the wiping the eyes, the sniffling, everything. She had to bring out the fake tears and everything. And people believed her, and this is the problem. Because when a woman comes out saying that a YouTuber assaulted her, before that they actually review the evidence that's, presented, people automatically believe it is true. This is the same thing that happened with angry reactions. Now, when I say assault, I mean, like, in angry reactions case, a woman had falsely accused him of physical assault. And even though he was innocent, the people on the internet still believed that angry reactions assaulted somebody due to his aggressive but nice nature. And without even, like, fact checking the evidence or anything, they automatically believed that he actually, like, assaulted her, which was not true in any way. And his reputation is shot. Like, now people just see him as an aggressive person because of these allegations that were never true from the start. And this is what's wrong with people today, honestly. Like, they make fake allegations to cancel somebody's career, and it actually works somehow. So they somehow win, even though it's not fair. They should not win, but they somehow do because it's not fair. It's really not fair, because allegations, true or not, you're still going to have a negative stain, or like a dent in your reputation, because you had to have done something for them to come out with this against you. And I'm not saying that George Not Found did something, because he probably didn't, but the fact that they had to come out with this false accusation against you means they had something against you, and you probably did something bad to them. So I'm not saying that he did, or I'm not saying that Angry Reactions did, but it's something to think about.
I've always been overly cautious with consent, and this is not just because I'm a creator. I've been like this since before I was a creator, and I think that's just the way I am and just the way it should be.
Yeah, that's enough of you. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the situation. Katie Bugs is scum, and she's a terrible person. I hope that she, finds a way to, apologize for what she's done, because what she did is a very scummy action. Falsely accusing somebody of sexual assault is an unforgivable thing. And I know that people on the internet are not going to be so quick to forgive her for what she did, because that is a very terrible action to do to somebody. Even even if they do deserve it, right? Like if they say they're like a really bad person to you, a false sexual assault allegation is not the way to go to get revenge on somebody. And he didn't deserve it because Tommy Innit, or whatever his name is, I don't follow the GMSMP, George Not Found, or whatever his name is, did not do anything wrong. He was just trying to get freaky, and I guess you must have regretted it or something because you falsely accused him of SA even though he didn't do it. So just because you regretted trying to get freaky with somebody does not mean that they SA'd you. That's not how it works. Regretting sexual interaction is not the same thing as SA. And that's all I have to say, honestly. Like, that's pretty much everything about the situation. As I said before, Katie deleted all of her streams talking about how Tommy Innit quote unquote assaulted her. So that's all I have to say. I'm gonna see y'all later and peace.